Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I decided that it was time to give you guys an update on my life and how things are going right now, and just brief you up on basically all the craziness that's been going on in my life and help some people to understand why I haven't been on YouTube in a while. And I just thought I would do a get ready with me because I have class tonight. So I'm preparing to head to class, and I thought I would chit chat with you guys. So basically, the last time you heard from me was my anniversary video, and y'all haven't heard from me since then. And to be quite honest, I just didn't have it in me. I was going through a lot of work, and I hit a point where I wasn't happy. Also, I didn't like how I was being treated, and I was being mistreated, and I was just going through a lot at my job. So that affected me mentally, and it didn't put me in a great headspace. So basically, I've been dealing with mental issues, as far as depression, and thoughts that I used to have when I was young. And I just felt like I wasn't great. I wasn't worthy enough to keep on living. And I just felt like, why is everything always happening to me? Why am I the one person that speaks up when nobody else does? And then I'm always the one that gets in trouble behind the whole situation. And yeah, it was a pretty tough situation at my job, and I wouldn't want anybody to be treated that way. At the end of the day, nobody should be disrespected, or any racial remarks should not be coming out of anybody's mouth, or they shouldn't be treated just shouldn't be treated a certain way just because of who they are. It's not ethical, it's not businesslike, and it just shouldn't occur in a business atmosphere, if you get what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, I was enduring a lot, as well as my coworkers, and we complained about it, but nobody listened. And my whole life, our whole lives were taught to get a job, keep a job, and when you have someone in office like Trump, you're like, okay, well, let me make sure I keep this job because I don't want to lose this job because of my mouth, or because something went down. And with Trump in office, you just don't know how everything is going to pan out. You get what I'm saying? So basically, we don't know if you're going to get unemployment, if you're going to be able to feel like you're okay while you're searching for employment. And for like months, I went back and forth with myself, debating on if I was going to quit my job. And right when I was like, okay, I come to terms with, I'm not happy at this job. I don't think this is where God wants me to stay. I constantly prayed to him, and then something happened at my job that caused me to be able to leave. And it wasn't voluntary. To be truthful with you, I had complained about this lady for months, and she pushed me over the edge to the point where I said something and she told them something totally different. And instead of them listening and reviewing all the complaints that I submitted to them, they just took her word over the situation and sent me home, which is fine because being sent home saved my life. I was so depressed that I literally wasn't caring about anything. I've gained weight, like major weight, that I gotta work back off because I hit depression, and when I get depressed, I eat. And so when you eat too much because you're bored or you're unhappy, you gain weight. And that's what happened to me. So that's something that I'm dealing with, and I honestly didn't want to come in front of the camera because of it. But since I'm not at my job right now, or might never return back there, I said starting this week, I allow my vacation to be the last hoorah of me cutting up, eating wrong, and feeling depressed. My vacation was my outlet to leave everything in the past and move on and take back control of my life. Because when you allow somebody like that, you're allowing them authority over you, your feelings, how you live your life. And I didn't like that I was giving her that, or giving anybody that, because they don't have the privilege to be able to control me or my life. So, yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed my vacation. And I came home and I'm just like, okay, let's make it do what it do. I'm going to be happy regardless of what the circumstances are. And I'm not entertaining the whole situation any further because I did my part. I spoke up. Everybody don't speak out about situations that happen at their job. Everybody always want to be mute. But if you're mute and you're not saying anything and you want change, then my question to you is, how do you think change is going to happen if you're not saying anything? That's what I don't get. Everybody's so terrified to stand up for themselves because they're going to lose a job. Newsflash, things don't change if you don't stand up. You have to take a stand. So, we don't want to take a stand, but it's very important that we do. Because when you don't take a stand, you're allowing any and everybody to come and do whatever they want to do to you. And that might not be what you want. You know what I mean? But real quick, let me just tell you, I use this on my brows today. This is number 4. This is the concealer that I use in C42. My CE, I put that on, and then I put my Fibergene on, and then I put on this primer. And now today, because I want like a dewy finish, I'm going to use my Josie Maran foundation. I really like this foundation. It reminds me, a drugstore dupe for this foundation would be the L'Oreal Lumi foundation. That would be a dupe for this one. But in this color, I'm RG65. Fearless is the color. But I really like this foundation. And I always thought that I was like a warm undertone, but the more I wear makeup, the more I'm seeing how some of the neutral tones are like my dead on complexion shades. So that's quite hilarious. That a lot of the neutral shades are my actual color. Like, look at this. You can tell I ain't been eating right because I'm all broken out and everything. And that's another thing. I wasn't drinking water like I was supposed to. I wasn't eating like I was supposed to. I wasn't working out like I was supposed to. I mean, I would go to the gym, but like, it was like twice a week at the most. 1 or 2 weeks I did like three or 4 times a week. But I wasn't being consistent. I wasn't really putting in the work like you all know me to do. And I was embarrassed because I feel like I'm a mentor to some of you. I am a motivator to some of you, you know. And no matter what direction I go in, I don't want to steer any of you in the wrong direction. So, being as though I don't want to steer any of you in the wrong direction, I'm always like, okay, well, if I fall in, let me not put this on social media. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you guys help me every day, and you're like, you know what I'm saying? You bless us by keeping it real. You're one of the few that's honest and keep stuff real. And I just be feeling like, wow, you know, because sometimes I don't want to keep it real. Sometimes I just want to curl up in a ball and be left alone, to be quite honest. Especially when you're going through something that you have no control over, and you know you better than the situation. You know you can do better. And then you have to reevaluate why you chose to take on that specific, you know, situation. And then you have to ask yourself, is this what I signed up for? And if it ain't what you signed up for, why are you still dealing with it? Sorry I keep looking over here, you guys, but it's like me looking at myself. So I keep trying to look at the camera part, but I keep looking at myself. But yeah, I just feel like I knew my self-worth. And yes, money makes the world go round to a certain extent, but money doesn't give you happiness and satisfaction. It doesn't make you feel complete. It definitely doesn't complete you, if you get what I'm trying to say. And for me, hold up. So that was the Black Opal stick in the shade Suede Mocha. And then I'm going to use my NARS Ginger. It's medium number 2 for my concealer. But then you have to sit there and say to yourself, is my stress, my health worth going downhill for a place that clearly can replace me in 0.5 seconds, or a place that is showing clearly to me that they don't care? And for me, that was my answer on not stressing anymore. because I realized that I was greater, that I was wiser, and that, you know, I was more important to myself. You know, that I wasn't going to let anyone take my voice away. I wasn't going to let, you know, a situation that a lot of people would just let happen because of today's society, you know, because everybody's so scared. I wasn't going to just sit there and continue on letting it happen. So once in my life, I stood up, you know, and it took for me to stand up for a ripple effect to happen, which was my coworker standing up, and now it's a whole investigation and this, that, and the other because she made racial remarks, you know. And you think it's okay for me to continue to work in these conditions where she's talking to me, treating me, saying, you know, like a servant, saying racial things out of her mouth to even other managers. Like throughout the company, the lady is not liked. And it's like, how many complaints do you have to get as a company to say, let me listen to my staff? Just because she's a manager, everybody you hire as a manager is not management material. And the crazy part is, when she came on board, I was so supportive of her. She cried daily because of how they treated her, how they talked to her. And I even expressed to her, you know, when we would get into it and when she was mistreating us, I would say, you remember when you started working here and how you felt like they were treating you and everything? I was like, do you not realize that you treat us the same way? The way they talk to you and treat you is, you know, what you're doing to us. But you want us to be nice and be respectful and basically bow down at your feet. And then you try to, you know, connivingly, you know, push duties on us that are yours to complete. And I'm wrong because I tell you no, that I'm not going to do it. If you wanted me to do certain tasks, you should have had me come in to do those certain tasks. You don't wait and you come in, you milking the clock, you milking hours, you working on hours, off hours, you cut people hours, then you lied to corporate about me, and you even told me to my face that you prayed that I, you know, quit or got fired or got transferred. Like, what manager comes out their mouth and says that? What manager? What manager says that they're going to pay you and then say, because I don't like the way you treat me, I'm not going to give you the money? And also lies to the company and tell them that you called out when you didn't. You guys, when I tell you it's been nothing but God holding me together, nothing but God. I'm going to put me some Ben 9 powder. This is actually Ben 9 powder that's in here. But it's a lot. And she's trying to play the victim when the victim is me and my coworkers. Anytime almost your whole staff is quitting or cutting back their hours or asking to be transferred, or better yet, when your top sellers up and quit and goes to an office job. That happened right before the situation with me and my manager. And it's like, what don't they see? What don't they see? For goodness sakes, I was a top seller in your company for the whole time I was there until she came along. You can't tell me that she wasn't doing some underhanded stuff. Because all of a sudden, my sales go from being up high to dropping. And yes, if you want to change somebody's rankings or sales in a computer, unfortunately, you could at our store. In the company. You can do that. It's very easy. Very easy to do. Like if I did a sale and process it, and let's say I did the transaction wrong, somebody can go back in and correct it. And what happens with that? It takes my number right out of the system and puts theirs. So then on top of that, how you gonna give everybody the same goal and you're there 40 to 50 hours a week when you're only supposed to be there 40? Everybody got the same goal as you, but we only did 30 days a week. 30 hours a week. Sometimes not even that. And I just can't believe that I passed on other gigs, other jobs and stuff because I really genuinely love my job's environment. I was happy. I didn't really have anything to complain about. And then she came along. And then the icing on the cake is that should have told, the upper people, gave them a clue about what was going on. Is anytime you have a staff that you know is at odds, where they couldn't get along, couldn't work together, and then all of a sudden all of them love and like each other, and they coming together because of how they're being treated and how they're being mistreated, and now they're taking up for each other and stuff like that. What didn't they see? I don't understand what wasn't clear to them. But the thing that hurt the most was I told them about how my cousin's death was hard for me because I was contemplating suicide. And then you suspend me? Oh, that's a great way to tell somebody, go ahead and go kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm telling you why I feel this way, and it's because of my job. Outside of my job, I was happy with everything. And I'm telling you, I got these feelings, I got these emotions, and why I have them. And I'm steadily there, busting my butt, bringing you in money. And you're not listening. That's the problem with today's society. People aren't listening. I literally felt like I was drowning and I couldn't be saved. And even though I know I had my family, I couldn't feel that at that time. I couldn't feel it. All I felt was the pain and anguish that I was going through. All I felt was the constant thoughts of my family being like, Noel, well, you got to push through, you know what I'm saying? Because it's hard out here. You need to make sure you have an income. But the whole time, I just wanted to die. And it's times where I don't know why I'm depressed, why I'm sad, but I just keep walking around and trying my best not to let people see that I'm sinking. Can't go to my church because I can't receive from them the way I need to because of stuff that's going on there. So I've been going to other places trying to get some direction from God. Because I know He's not finished with me. And then it's you guys from YouTube, from Instagram, and everywhere, and the support that you guys are giving me is just like helping keep me afloat. It keeps me pushing, even when I don't want to push. Because of you guys, I keep on pushing. And sometimes it's extremely hard to want to get in front of a camera when you feel like complete crap and act like you're happy when you're not happy, you know? Let me see. But yeah, that's why I haven't been on here, because I went all the way down to 250 and jumped all the way back up to a number that I can't even say out my mouth. Because it's extremely depressing. And the cool thing about weight loss is you can tell when you lose weight, when you gain weight, because your body adjusts to that weight. Now, the good thing is, whenever I put into action eating right and doing right, the weight does start to come back off, but it's slower. And when it comes to VSG, it's not going to move as fast as it was moving before. So pretty much my 3 months of just like falling apart, being depressed, has caused me 4 to 6 months of hard work that I'm going to have to put in just to get back to 250. It's going to take me 4 to 6 months. And the reason why I know is because I know how much I lose monthly. And it's not a lot. And I put in a lot of hard work, but I'm a snacker. But the thing that helped me a lot while I was on vacation, even though I was cutting the heck up, y'all, what helped me while I was on vacation was seeing people that was obese, that was overweight, and they just look so bad. And I just wanted to go to them and just be like, get your life in order, get yourself back together. You know what I'm saying? Allow God to help you get healthy. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be this way, you know. I just didn't want them to be big anymore. I wanted to help them. And when I would pull out a Twix, or I would eat all these chips, and I would eat this and I would eat that, I would be like, no way, you're going to look just like that again. You worried about them. You're going to look just like that again if you don't get your stuff together. So I sat down and did this impromptu video for you guys, you know, on my cell phone, because I know some of you are like, where's she at? What's going on? You see me on Instagram, but, you know, it's not a lot of pictures of me on Instagram. And I know y'all have seen my pain that I've been going through. I know y'all seen how hurt I am and how I've been dealing with it. And I just wanted to come clean and just be honest and just let you know I hit depression, and I'm not losing weight right now. I'm gaining weight, and I just got new health insurance, so I'm going to sign up to go see a psychiatrist. And, you know, when I was a kid, I was diagnosed as a manic depressant. So I'm going to see if that's still the case, and I'm not going to dwell in it. But if that is the case, I'm going to take action, because I need something to help me, and I need someone to helped train me on how to deal with situations in life and when depression taps in. Because it's certain people like me, when depression taps in, you don't know how to deal with stuff. You isolate yourself. You close all different things. And you just don't do it. You stay balled up in your bed. And right now, I eat and I stay balled up in my bed when I'm not going to the gym. Even though my meals are great, my snacks aren't. So, just want to be 100 grand with you guys. And just let you know. Life got real. I'm dealing with it. But I'm happy I'm not at that place anymore, at that job. You know, I'm so happy I'm not there. You know, it's just that I have to now regroup. And I've already started executing my new plan and what I'm going to do. And I was so happy when I worked for myself, you know, and I'm happy to be doing that again. You know, yes, it might be less money temporarily, but my joy will come in the morning, and God will sustain me financially. So, you know, I think I will be good to go. But if you sat through this long video, I thank you. I thank you for supporting me. I thank you for following my journey. I thank you for allowing me to be real with you guys and not having to be fake like other people. And I just want you to know I love you. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. I'll talk to you later. Bye.